Hello, this is Bridget Rowe with Divine Essentials. Alright, we're doing 11/11 special for somebody that has a masculine that's running. And he does this all the time. Well, not all the time, but like, he comes in, he's like, I'm gonna be good, I'm gonna be solid, I'm here for you, baby. And then he's like, ah! and takes off. She knows they've had past lives together. She's been like, high priest, things like that. She was his parent in another lifetime. His father killed him in another lifetime. They both have like wounds in this lifetime, from this lifetime and that lifetime. So she's like, what are his blocks? I know we're meant to get it together this lifetime, but like I don't want to be 60 or 70. And also, is he blocking me from like manifesting my career in my spiritual stuff and all of that? Like anything that comes up is what this person wanted to know. So let's see what goes on, and if you feel like you may have some similarities within that. I know there's been some of that coming up in the collective energies with the past lives and stuff of like, oh man, we killed each other. You know what I mean? Just like similar timelines and frequencies and energies usually are out there. So with the Four of Cups, I feel like the reason why he's like, woohoo, comes in, because he does want to be there, but then when he gets there, he freaks the hell out because of those wounds and because of the past, and probably because of what he's seen in this world and what he expects of himself too. Like when we again cast a role around our lives of like, this person's this and this person's that, and this is how they behave and this is who I am and this is what I always do, even if we're not consciously like, I'm that, oh, I'm definitely that, even if on a conscious level we're like, no, I'm not that, I'm awesome sauce, subconscious knows. Like, even just like to safety mechanisms, their subconscious levels are like, oh no, if there's something running at me, I'm going to get out of the way so it doesn't hurt me. That's a subconscious, like, our emotions do that too, though. Like, oh no, this is getting too close, I got to get out of here. Oh no, this is bringing up those old familiar feelings, I got to get out of here. You don't have that, but I feel like this is teaching you about it. Okay, because the Queen of Swords is someone that has boundaries, and she's like, fuck you, and she can be a little cold, because she's been burnt enough to be like, yeah, at one time I was Queen of Cups, and at one time I was all lovey-dovey and let you do whatever you want to me and whatever, but now you have awakened the fears and the doubts in the mind. You've awakened my mind to be like, no, because I don't, so I feel like every time he does this, it's not only like his stuff that needs to heal, it's stuff within you that needs to be triggered to heal and to shift all of that, which is what we're all doing. This is what we're all doing here, is we're all figuring this shit out so we can get our past lives like doop, and we can get this life doop, and we can get together with the right people, and so you can be lucrative and magnetic and charismatic in your career, because it goes across the board, like if you're not feeling 100 in one area, usually that impacts other areas, and it's hard to get out of that of like, well, like in my love life, it's not where I want it to be. That can, come over to our career and come over to, especially if we feel like we're supposed to do something with another person. Like, I feel like we're meant to be together. We're meant to be a power couple. We're meant to, like, help this world, and you're running from it and leaving me here by myself. It gets a little hard. So I feel like he's overcoming his like fear of emotional like openness and stability and commitment and things like that, because I feel like he's afraid to give it to you and then get burned. A lot of the guys in this world have been, afraid of being vulnerable or trusting someone, because like when a woman leaves a man, she takes the kids, she takes the house, she takes all the stuff, she takes the money, and she takes his card of being the good dude with her. Even if he was a good dude, a lot of times women who leave like paint a picture that he wasn't. So now that makes it hard for him to meet with others, and it makes him hard for him to provide for himself, because now he's like paying child support, and like, so it's a big thing for them. And it's like women are like, what the hell, why not, why, because they don't know for sure, and it's gonna take time for him to close that chapter of feeling like, I don't know. And it's just, I think it's actually smart for a lot of us at this point in our world, because even women can go into a relationship and be burned and lose their money and lose their belongings and losing a freedom a lot, and that's the dynamic or the duality there. It's like, if we go into the old roles of like, he's going to take care of me and provide for me, like, financially in a home and all of those things, and I'm going to give him children, but I decide to leave, he still does all of that. However, when I'm there, sometimes what they do is they take all of that freedom away from you. Like, oh, don't work, you'll be fine, I'll pay the bills. But then, you know, now you don't have a car, now you have no way to leave, now you have no money, who else is going to take care of you? You're horrible. And that's the cross of it. That's the gifts that people don't realize, is like women's version of a toxic relationship and men's version of a toxic relationship go very different ways. And I feel like all of us have been intuitively figuring out how to be in the right place so that they don't want to run away from us, so that we do feel safe with the right people, that we know we're going to have justice. Like, you know, like, if I ask you for like a prenup, are you going to freak out? You know, and if you do, then that might be a red flag to be like, no. But women also come at that like, well, if I'm not going to go to work, I'm going to get rid of my career and I'm going to give you babies and be at home taking care of them. How do I know? Everybody's always out for themselves, unfortunately. And I'm not saying that about you. I'm just saying that's what's been conditioned into our society. These are the subconscious beliefs. These are the things all around us that make us feel fear about rushing into something with someone, that like, oh, maybe my wishes will come true with you. However, we can't 100% be sure because the subconscious is there. This is a conscious mind knowing what we want. It's a conscious mind feeling it, aware of it, like, yeah, I really want that. However, my subconscious mind knows that that doesn't always play out that way. And my subconscious mind knows that when I rush into shit, sometimes my ego leads me astray and I make big mistakes. And now I'm telling myself this story of like, I'm somebody that can't handle this and I get overwhelmed. So we start to play that role of somebody that gets overwhelmed or emotional or upset, or this destroys me. It's the most painful thing I've ever experienced. If you think that, feel that, speak that, and then have that happen, that's that you've committed to that. You've put yourself there. If instead, like, and I just said this in the last reading to the girl, because she's like, I feel a shift in him. I feel like he knows and that he's ready. And maybe he is, but that doesn't mean that bumps won't come up. That doesn't mean that he won't ghost again. That doesn't mean that he won't have a trigger that he needs to fucking handle. And that doesn't mean that you won't get hurt again. However, how deeply you get hurt by it will depend upon you, because of the story and the thinking and the words and the ways that you react to it. If you're like, oh, you know, and really allow it in and take it on a personal level and like, this just destroys everything, it will destroy everything. But if you're like, nope, I'm still going to get my 10 of cups, my 10 of pentacles, I'm still good, I don't need anything, because needing nothing attracts everything. 10 of pentacles is everything, ultimate fulfillment, but we get lost in the illusion of like, I need that one last person, or I need that one last pentacle, or I need that one other thing, so that I can be the fulfilled version. That's a lie. You can be her any moment, any time, and get this. It doesn't have to be wrapped up in one particular person or job or career or idea or thought or place or whatever. It's whatever you assign this to. If you're like, you know what, I'm just going to be single, sexy, confident, independent, the best version of myself, I'm going to date, I'm going to go out, and that's really what you want to do and you really feel aligned to it and you love it, that will give you the ultimate fulfillment. But if you're like, I need it to be this person and we need to be together so that this can, and they don't ready or they don't want to be there right now, and in fact, because of that type of energy of like, we're placing an attachment to an outcome, or we're attached to one person being in that role, that like, we're like, that's very controlling, you know. We need to let go of the control and trust that if we offer our love to the person that we're meant to be with, and all the blues coming in for the truth, they're gonna either receive it and reciprocate it because that's the truth of the matter, or they may not, and that may not be that it's the truth of the matter that they hate you forever, that they're never gonna be. It just may mean that right now they can't be. Something's blocking them. However, that doesn't mean that they can't get themselves there over time, and take that leap of faith over time. But it might take some time, and it may be like a wounded warrior battle, and you may go through some more of those like days of feeling sad and depressed or whatever, until you find the value within yourself to realize you don't need him to do this for you to still be this. You're still valuable, you're still worthy, you're still beautiful, you're still amazing, you're still healing, we all are. And so is he. He's still beautiful, amazing, worthy, and all of that. He may come slower to the place of discovery that you know you're meant to be, and he may know you're meant to be, but he may be afraid to admit it, or he may be afraid to go towards it. And again, I think it's because of all those reasons I just said, of like those subconscious programming. I talked about this last night too, where it's like, men think of you like as the ball and chain. because that's what's been, like, you know, said around them. Like, oh, you're gonna guard up on the chain. Oh, this guy, he's fucking whipped, pussy whipped. Like, they get made fun of and shit. So their ego gets bruised, and they're like, no, I'm fine, man. And I got like 6 girls. They try to be cool. They try to be like, no, no, no. But deep down inside of them, they want this and this. But they, like, you know, they can't deny this. So they're like, oh shit, what did I do? Ah! And run. Okay? But it doesn't take away from the fact that you're still amazing and beautiful, and they feel, and you know they do. You're not stupid. You know that they're like boop boop for you. And they come do stupid things because of that boop boop for you. So instead of letting that make you sad, be like, dude, I already know. And I'm good. I'm good. Whatever you're doing over there ain't gonna fuck me up, because I don't go back into that. When I let you give to me, and what you give to me, I take that on, and I'm like, I give that right back to me. But if what you give to me, I'm like, no, and I get those boundaries, and I'm like, this ain't gonna fucking rock my boat, then I will be temperance and balance and single, sexy, confident, independent, and that will attract him to want to work with you, because you're not getting triggered at the fucking triggers to the point where it's like, bleh. You know, you're not behaving in the ways that you may have once behaved to the ways that he, you know, and it's like we've got to learn together to see, can we get past these troubled waters together? Because if we can't, then we're wasting our time. But if we can, then this is what's on the other side of it. But we got to stop sabotaging ourselves and sabotaging each other by letting it be the end of the whole world when something, you know, goes awry. And we got to stop being so afraid of conflict and like we don't want to engage this and be like, yeah, let's have a bunch of bullshit go on and tit for tat and fighting and jealousy and I'm saying this to piss you off. That doesn't get us anywhere. But we can't be afraid of standing up for ourselves. Like, in this world right now, this is needed more than anything. People need to look from a new perspective and realize, like, sometimes we've got to be mean. Sometimes we've got to say no. We've got a society here of people who are like, I don't want to rock the boat. I don't want to be a mean guy. I just feel so bad. And we don't let things, like, we don't fight for what we want. We don't take that action. We're not like, boom, boom, boom. We get lost in the illusions and the lies and all of those things. So, you know, karmic cycles can close here. I feel like it's a mixture of those things, of him needing to change his perspective and also him needing to change his perspective of you. So, like, when the things come up, right? Don't let those come up and dysregulate you to the point where he gets even more dysregulated. Be the calm in the storm for him, so that he can learn how to be the calm in the storm for himself without having to retreat from you. And if he does do this, right, if he does leave you on red or he disappears, don't let it be your downfall. Let it be the thing that you pick yourself up on and show that you are still good. You're still valuable. You're not wrapped up in him enough for him to determine your outcome in your world. Because yes, that will infect your business. Yes, that will infect, you know, mess up things in your life. I did it, man. I did it. I let a broken heart destroy my whole fucking world. I wasn't walking. I wasn't eating. I, like, let all these things go. And it's not his fault. It's nobody's fault but my own fault. Because it was a perfect storm of darkness. And it was a perfect, and this is why I always say things are layered. They're so layered here. Like, I got my heart broken. This person wasn't good for me in my life. Like, people were actively, like, you know, and I was actively, like, not doing anything about it. And I was actively believing, like, oh my God, I can't do it now. Like, and I let it fucking rock my world to the point where it's like, now I'm fucking having a hard time feeding myself and, like, getting myself back up out there, because I didn't have the boundaries or the self-respect or the things that I needed to have at that time, okay? But now I do. And like, I just had a test recently where I had to say no to the person because of the approach. I was like, no, this is not the right approach. They know it. I know it. I'm not, no. So, no. If you say this, you say you love me and all these things, then prove it by not doing that approach. Okay? Ten of Pentacles does not come from that approach. So, and I'm not letting it rock my world or go lay in bed and cry about it. Like, I went to bed, but I didn't cry about it. Because I don't need to let it be that. And if I do, then I put myself here, not him, me. I make it be, like, about me, when really it was just not the right approach. All right? In Renee, namaste.